What's going on, guys? This your boy John the Liquidator coming back with another video. Look like Atlanta Dream coach Carl Smesco has some things to say about Caitlin Clark and the Dream. Guys, for this one here, we got to go all the way up to Atlanta. Let's get it. Let's go. Yeah, we're going to talk about a lot of different things in this video this morning, man. Shout out to the Indiana Fever for picking up the dub on the road. But we have to talk about the elephant in the room, and that is Stephanie White being basically connected to and called Stephanie's eyes, bro. Just completely abandoning the pick and roll with her, utilizing the Leah Boston and Caitlin Clark, simply put a different look on this game. I believe that's how they got down early, and I believe whatever is happening with this basketball team, it need to get fixed immediately before they start playing like the New York Liberty, the Minnesota Lynx, these Las Vegas Aces, these top-ranked teams, because if they do not fix it, it is going to be an ugly season. I just got to be honest with you guys, and great way to pick up a win on the road, man. When one person down, another person comes up. I said this early on, it's going to be hard for teams to compete with this team for 4 straight quarters, but Stephanie White got to be held accountable for her coaching, bro. Just completely taking Caitlin Clark off the ball for that long and a devastating. Even though she was having a bad game, you still want to utilize her other attributes like passing. She's a great facilitator on the floor, and she just completely abandoned that. And with all that being said, this is what Stephanie White had to say at the conclusion of the game. Let's roll the footage, man.
At key moments, I mean, Dee coming in the ball game. Toughness, the defense, being a ball mover, huge. I mean, so way to come back. Gee, hell yeah. AB, you stayed in it. Hell of a job. DB, you were a killer on the glass. Your defense on those long guards made it hard. You made it hard on them. Kels, that big time 3. That was huge. Tosh, what about it? Everybody is engaged every time out. Y'all, this is what it's going to take. This is a display of the depth that we have, right? If it's not your night, someone else is going to step up, right? It's not always going to be easy. Teams are going to defend us in a lot of different ways. They're going to try to take 1 or 2 away. But when we get contributions like this on both ends from everybody, we're going to find ourselves in the win column. Get some rest.
Now, she is right to a certain extent. She definitely is. But it all depends on who you're going to be facing. You have to utilize the best player on the team. You don't see Steph Curry off the ball much. You don't see Steph Curry sitting in the corner like a duckling, bro, waiting on a cut to a lane to open or anything. He's get the ball in his hand and he does what he does. I just feel like Stephanie White's ability as a coach is going up in question, man. I know it's still early in the season, but golly, dog, these are like some common sense questions. The second half of the season was the blueprint to this season, and she's completely abandoning that damn blueprint. But that's a whole nother video in itself. I just wanted to touch base on that. But this is what Atlanta Dream coach Carl had to say immediately after the game. Let's check out this footage, man.
Well, I think we have a lot of really good players, and sometimes at the end, everybody thinks it's like time to they're able to do some things when really we just need to work together and utilize everybody in the fourth quarter, where there's more screening, more movement. Like when we're screening and moving and cutting, man, our offense looks really good. And then when we're kind of standing around watching one person with the ball, I mean, that's tough. So, our players understand that. They've been good at listening. We're going to be able to watch this, and we'll have a better understanding on, how to be better in these close games.
Thank you. What does this say about the team that Brittany had really, minor impact offensively, yet still was a close game?
Yeah, unfortunately, BG got some fouls on some illegal screens, and was dealing with foul trouble the entire time. And we we needed to establish her down low. She's such a dominant force. She didn't get as many touches as we need her to have. That'll be another thing that we'll be looking at.
Coach, Indiana had 46 points in 15 submissions. I know that's something you always talk about. You guys last year,
I mean, they're really good at attacking the rim. I mean, it's hard to stay in front of Mitchell. She's, an all-star level player. And, we're really geared up on trying to limit what Caitlin could do. So we weren't going to help there. So there's a little bit more space for their attackers. And, Natasha Howard just did a great job of cutting on that penetration. And we were a little slow with our rotations, but I mean, with all that being said, we're right there at the end, and I still think we got a big room for improvement. So I'm actually pretty optimistic of what this team can become.
Coach, you kind of spoke a little bit towards your offensive identity. It's super early, and everyone's kind of still getting used to it. Ideally, what would you like this offensive identity to look like?
I'd like to see great spacing. I like to see great ball movement, execution with our screening, and then making the right decision off the screens. But, we also, you have a lot of great players, and you want to get them all involved and, all touching it and feeling like they're involved. So, that's the biggest thing, is just consistently sharing the ball and getting it to whoever has the biggest advantage that day.
Coach, Tahina was one of two players in the plus minus that was the positive. What was her impact and impression on the game tonight?
Well, she had that run where she had a couple threes in a row, which was, really got us back in the game. It was pretty, got a little momentum for us there. She just keeps getting better. We need her to have another ball handler to be able to bring it up versus pressure. You can see Indiana was really trying to pressure our guards as much as they could. I think she, for the most part, held her own really well. And, the improvement from the first day of training camp to now has been really impressive. And I just expect more improvement going forward from her.
Coach, could you just talk about the momentum shift, with these back-to-back games now, rotation, people staying healthy, making sure they stay on their sets. Going back now, talking with your team, it's like momentum shifts.
Yeah.
How can you all better adjust it going into Saturday's game?
Well, I don't know that, basketball, everybody's watching these games now, whether it's the NBA playoffs or the WNBA. These leads aren't safe, even with a minute left. I mean, the way the game's played now, fast-paced and spreading the floor and people able to hit threes and stuff like that. You just got to be able to handle these shifts in momentum better. You can't let it get to you emotionally. You just got to go to the next possession and be ready for when it's your turn to make a run. So that'll be the big thing for us is, all right, the other team's making a run. We're fine. This time we'll get a post touch and we'll play off that, get a good shot. But overall, I'm actually pretty pleased with what I'm seeing. There's definitely some stretches of play that's at a really high level. Now, can we expand that to that's just how we play all the time? And I think we'll get there. We just, right now it's, what do we got? 2 more games in the next.
That was the Atlanta Dream Coach Carl speaking about the matchup against the Indiana Fever. Get down in the comment section. Let me know y'all thoughts about this. Keep them bells on because I'm going to bring you news. And until next time, man, shake the haters off. I'm out of here. Peace out. Shake the haters.